to my channel Hooked in Loops. My name is Shobari and I will teach you a very easy crochet craft, a crochet mandala completely for beginners. For this we will require the materials. This is a crochet hook of size 3mm. As you can see, I have chosen an acrylic yarn of similar size as that of the hook. This is actually a 4-ply acrylic yarn and it matches with the size of the hook. You can use any hook starting from 2.5 to 3.5mm for this particular yarn. We will also require a cutter. So let's begin with the tutorial. We will start with a magic ring. So let's learn how to do a magic ring. The written pattern is on top of the screen and you will also get the full written pattern in my website Hooked in Loops by Shobari. So do check out. I'll share the link to the written pattern in the comment section and it will be pinned. So let's begin with the first round. So we will start with a magic ring. So take the yarn, place it on top of 2 fingers, index and middle finger in this way, and hold to the end of the yarn with your thumb. Wrap the yarn around both the fingers forming an X in this way and turn so that these two are parallel to each other, and secure the longer end of the yarn with your ring finger. So this is how we are going to practice holding our yarn as a beginner. Now we will do a magic ring. Simply point your hook downwards, place it below the first loop and on top of the second loop in this way, so that we can easily pull the second loop like this from below the first loop. Then we will twist it in order to form a loop around the hook. Then we will place our hook below the longer end of the yarn and pull it through the loop. So this is how we do a magic ring. So our magic ring is ready. Let's move on to the round 1. After the magic ring, we are going to start a round of double crochets. So whenever we start a double crochet round, we will increase the height of the hook by doing chains. So for double crochet, I prefer doing a chain 2. So 1 chain and another chain. So this is how I'm doing my chain 2. So now we have reached a particular height and we are now ready to start our double crochet round. So around the magic circle we will be doing 12 double crochets. So let's do it. So for double crochets we will yarn over, insert our hook in the magic ring and pull the yarn outside the ring. You will get 3 loops in the hook. We will yarn over and pull the yarn through the first 2 loops. Now we have got 2 loops in the hook. Yarn over and pull the yarn through both the loops. Now we have got only 1 loop in the hook and our double crochet is ready. So this is the first double crochet stitch of our round. Let's do the remaining double crochets one by one. So yarn over, insert your hook in the magic circle and pull the yarn outside. Yarn over and pull it through the first 2 loops. Yarn over and pull it through the next 2 loops. So the second double crochet is done. Let's do the third one. Yarn over, insert your hook in the magic circle and pull the yarn outside. Yarn over, pull it through the first 2 loops. Yarn over and pull it through the last 2 loops. So if you are a complete beginner guys, and if you are still facing problem through my tutorials, do let me know. I also host paid crochet classes for complete beginners, so you can join my classes also. So 3 double crochets are done. In this way we will continue doing double crochets till we reach total 12 double crochets. So I'll do the remaining 9 double crochets off camera and then come back to you. Okay, so now let's complete this round. We will complete this round with a slip stitch. So you should know the beginner stitches before doing this craft. So how to do a slip stitch? We will do a slip stitch in the first double crochet stitch of our round. So we began with a chain 2. If you can remember, this is the chain 2. We will ignore this. We will start considering the first stitch as a double crochet stitch, right? So insert your hook at the top of the first double crochet stitch. So basically what you have in the hook, there is one loop and you have inserted it through the double crochet stitch. Pull the yarn through that stitch. So now you have got 2 loops in your hook. So now we are about to do the slip stitch. Pull the first loop through the second loop and your slip stitch is done. This is how you do a slip stitch. After the slip stitch, guys, since we are about to do a color change, we will do a chain 1. So always end your work with a chain 1. After the chain 1 is done, we will simply cut our yarn right in this way and pull the loop. Make it tight and your first round is complete. Insert the hook from below in the same first stitch. Wrap the yarn around the hook so that you can pull it below. So now your work looks neat and clean. We will cut the extra yarn at the end of our work. So right now we will not bother with it. So basically our first round is complete. Let's start the next round. So in this case we are going to do a color change. So I will choose this pink color. I always love the color pink. It completely suits my vibe. So let's play with the pink color now. Whenever we are doing color changes, I prefer doing a slip knot. So what you'll do, take your index finger, place your yarn on top of your finger and wrap it around that finger, forming an X. In this way, hold the other end of the yarn, pull the first loop, and so that you can insert your finger through that loop and from below pull the second loop. Also pull the shorter end of the yarn, pull them apart and your slip knot is ready. Just practice the beginner crochet stitches and you are good to go. So our slip knot is ready. Now we are going to slip stitch. Now in order to connect a new yarn to your already work, simply insert your hook in any stitch. I always prefer starting my work from the first stitch of the last round. So insert your hook there. Place the color 2 on top of the stitch as well as on top of the hook and pull the yarn through that stitch outside. You have got 2 loops now. Simply pull the first loop through the second loop and in this way you do a slip stitch. So slip stitch done. And this round is also going to be the round of double crochet. So in order to reach the height of the double crochet, we will do a chain 2. So 1 and 2. So now after completing the chain 2, forget about it. We will not consider this to be any stitch. Now let's begin with our pattern. So in the same stitch, we are going to do 2 double crochets. So let's do it. Yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch. Pull the yarn outside. Do 1 double crochet. Again we will do 1 more double crochet in the same stitch, and by this time you guys already know how to do double crochet stitches. Done. After that we will do a chain 1. We will consider this chain 1 as a chain 1 space. Let's repeat the pattern. That is, in the next stitch we are going to do 1 double crochet stitch, we will do one more double crochet in the same stitch. And then we are going to do a chain 1. And we are going to repeat this pattern throughout. That is, in each stitch we are going to have 2 double crochets followed by chain 1. So let's do it, guys, off camera, and then I'll come back to you. So guys, we have reached the end of the round, as you can see. Now simply we are going to complete this round. Similar to the previous round, what we are going to do, we will simply insert our hook in the first double crochet stitch of the round. As usual, we will consider the chain 2 as invisible. So insert your hook in the first double crochet stitch and pull the yarn through it. You have got 2 loops in the hook. Pull the first loop through the second loop and your slip stitch is done. We will do a chain 1 and it's completed, guys. So the round 2 is done. So now we will do one thing. We will simply take our scissors or cutter and cut our yarn, pull the loop, and then from below in the same stitch we will wrap the yarn and pull the yarn below using our hook. So our round 2 is also completed, guys. So guys, now we are going to do a color change. I have already done the slip knot and inserted my hook in it. Let's proceed with the round 3. So simply insert your hook in below any chain 1 space of the previous round and do a slip stitch as I taught you earlier. Just learn, practice doing the slip stitches and then follow this pattern. So the slip stitch is done. This round is also going to be a round of double crochets. So start with a chain 2 and consider this invisible, right? So let's proceed with our pattern. So in this particular chain 1 space, we are going to have 3 double crochet stitches. So let's do it, guys. So yarn over, insert your hook in the chain 1 space, pull the yarn outside and do a double crochet. You guys already know how to do double crochets. So let's do 2 more double crochets. And by the way, guys, please ignore the background noises if you can hear them, because constructions are going on here and I cannot help to remove the sound. So guys, 3 double crochets are done in the same chain 1 space. For the written pattern, follow my website, Hooked in Loops by Shabari. So 3 double crochets done, followed by chain 1, guys, right? So this is the pattern that we are going to follow in each chain 1 space. So in the next chain 1 space again, guys, we are going to have 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, followed by chain 1. Guys, now the pattern is same as you have done in the next chain 1 space. That is, in each chain 1 spaces you're going to have 3 double crochets followed by chain 1. So guys, let's complete the pattern. So guys, we have completed our round 3. Now we will complete this round with a slip stitch in the first double crochet stitch. You guys already know how to do a slip stitch and it's done. Then we will do a chain 1 and we will simply cut our yarn and it's done. We will hide this yarn by pulling it below our work. At the end of our work, we will cut the extra yarns. So our round 3 is also completed. So how is this looking? This is going to be a very simple pattern. A coaster made out of double crochets only. Only in the last round we are going to have single crochets also. So this is going to be a very simple, easy, fun coaster for complete beginners. So guys, now we are going to do a color change. So we are going to have our stitches in the chain 1 spaces. So insert your hook below any chain 1 space and pull the yarn and do a slip stitch. So just simply connect your new yarn to your work. After that we will do a chain 2 as usual, and then in the same chain 1 space we are going to have 3 double crochets. The pattern is exactly same as the previous round with only one change. So at first we will do 3 double crochets, and then we will do chain 2. So we are going to have chain 2 spaces. So in the next chain 1 space we are again going to do 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. One more thing guys, since you are making a coaster, always make with a cotton yarn. I don't have a cotton yarn at present, that's why I am doing the pattern with acrylic yarn. This is also going to work perfectly well, but I will suggest you to use cotton yarn. After 3 double crochets we are going to do chain 2, and we will proceed with the same pattern throughout the round. So guys, we have completed our round 4, only the slip stitch is remaining. So let's complete our round 4 so that we can begin the last round. So simply insert your hook in the first double crochet stitch, pull the yarn through it and do a slip stitch guys, followed by chain 1 and cut the yarn. So this pattern consists of basic stitches, that is magic ring, double crochets, chains, slip stitches and also single crochet. So you need to know these basic stitches. If you want to learn crochet from me, simply comment. I'll send you the link to my crochet WhatsApp group, and really those are cheap classes. So what we are going to do, you can see that there are 3 double crochets, right? So 1, 2 and 3. Insert your hook in the second one in the set, right? And do your slip stitch there. So this is a very easy pattern. Just do your slip stitch and do your chain 1. We are going to start with a single crochet, so we did a chain 1, right? So this is the first thing that you're going to do. Then in the same stitch insert your hook, pull the yarn and do a single crochet. Simple. So first stitch is single crochet. Then guys, in the next chain 2 space insert your hook and do 4 double crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then again in the second double crochet stitch of the set insert your hook there, pull the yarn and do a single crochet stitch. So this is going to be your pattern, right? Let's proceed. That is in the next chain 2 space guys, we are going to have 4 double crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So done guys. So it's looking pretty, right, the pattern? After your 4 double crochets are done, simply insert your hook in the second stitch of the 3 double crochet set and pull the yarn through it and do a single crochet. And that's it. This is going to be the pattern of the last round. So let's complete the entire round and I will meet you at the end. we are left with the last set of stitches, and our coaster is looking like this, and it's literally looking really pretty, isn't it? I feel that this is really simple and a pretty coaster, so you can make a bunch of them and sell them or gift them to your relatives or friends. So guys, let's do the last set of stitches, that is the 4 double crochet stitches. I hope you're finding this pattern easy, and don't forget to check out the full free written pattern from my website, because I've just started my website and it's completely free, guys. It is going to remain free forever, don't worry. Only I will be selling few patterns in future maybe, but that will take place in future. So we have completed our 4 double crochet stitches, guys, and now we will complete this round with a slip stitch in the first single crochet stitch of the round, and it's done. Do a chain 1 and simply, guys, cut the yarn, and our coaster is ready. Do let me know how this is looking like. Is this looking pretty? We just need to flatten it and we are good to go. So now, as usual, we will just bring our yarn at the back of our work, because we don't want this to look untidy, and our pattern is completed. So is this looking pretty or is this looking untidy? Do let me know, right? That's it, guys. This is my coaster. Do let me know whether you like it or not.